let's see if this thing stays on. So it's gonna be all about bucking and bucking your lengths. So I got scribes in there, one there, and one way up there by the saw. So this tree's still whole. So what I like to do is there's a scribe back there. So I'll scribe as I limb. So I mostly aim for 32-foot logs, which they're cut at 33. So logger speak, 32 is 32 feet of usable log. But you got to add trim to it, or snipe, or whatever you want to call it. Because mill wants, this mill particularly wants a minimum of 10 inches. I always add a foot, makes up for any error, because if you get a crooked cut or whatever, that 2 inches can save your ass. Anyhow, so there's two 33s out there. And then we got a short log that starts just past that fucking old growth line maple. I think it's huge. Anyhow, so we can cut a 16, which is right here. We can cut an 18. We can cut a 20, or we can cut a 24. Just up there by the saw. But you got to take into account your taper. See, the mill is going to measure the small end. And the small end of this guy is 10 inches at 16 feet. That gives you 36 board feet. But that gives you a 16. So we go up here to 18. Yeah, it's 2 feet. So 18 footer. It's a better log. Yes, maybe. Still a short log. But it's 9 inches there. So you lose a whole inch in diameter between here and here. And that ends up putting you at, I think, so you go from 36 to 28 board feet. Now here's where it gets screwy. So we can go up to 20, which is a more desirable length. But it's still 9 inches. How that is, I don't fucking know. But it's 9 inches. So you're still at 28 board feet. Or is it 26? I don't remember. Now, go up to 24. And you notice I skipped 22. So it's 16, 18, 20, 22. No, 24. Nobody buys 22s. How many 11-foot boards you buy out there at the hardware store? How many 22-foot boards you ever see? Anyhow, so go to skip that and go to 24. But at 24, we're right at the minimum of 8 inches. And that puts us at 21 board feet for this log. Now it's important because we get paid off the board footage. Doesn't matter how long the log is, we get paid by how much board foot they calculate in the log, and they measure the small end. So here's the conundrum. What do you bucket at? It's more board footage, it's 16. But you get a longer log at 24. So the 24s are more desirable. So you have to pay attention to what they're paying. So around here in Western Washington, they pay off of length as well as diameter. So a short log pays less because you get more board footage. But it's a range. So I think it's 16s to 24s get paid whatever they get paid today, which frankly isn't enough. Whoop! I found a hole. That fell on my ass. Now, 24s to 30, I think 30, they pay a little better. And then it's 32s up to 40s is the best they're going to pay. So, if I were to cut these at 40s, these long ones, two things are going to happen. One, I'll be losing, basically, so we're 10 inches here and we're 8 inches there. That's 2 inches. It's actually going to be more, over 8 feet. Probably closer to 3 inches. So I'll be losing 100, 150 board feet per log all the way out there. And I'll only get 2 logs. So I'll get 2 40s that I lose 400 board feet on those 2 logs. I won't get this short log. I don't get paid any better for those logs. I get less board footage, and I don't make any more money. I actually lose money. I'm giving the mill money. Now, they don't want me to tell you this, but if you cut 32s or 30s even, whatever you can cut, you end up with another log out of the end. So essentially, if I were to cut 40s, my top log would be right here. That'd be 2 logs. The rest of this tree is useless. Nothing to do with it. Because from here to there is only 8 feet. Nobody wants 8-foot logs. Not around here. Anyhow. So, by cutting 32s, I gain a short log. And now I got to decide where I want to buck this one. Now this one's, normally I wouldn't even bat an eye, I'd buck it at 24. But I'm trying something. Now I know I get more board footage if I buck it at 16. Anyways, I'm rambling a little bit. I kind of lost the thread. However, there's 2 things you got to take into account. If you're jippo logging, like I am, who's hauling your logs? So for me, it's self-loader. It's my self-loader, so I know how it loads. I know that if I stretch out to 37s, 40s, I'm basically 37s to load 40s, I only gain 1,000 pounds on the truck. This is where paying attention makes sense. So pay attention. At 33s, I'm legal to 84,000 pounds, 86,000 pounds. Something like that. So yeah, I lose a couple thousand pounds between 37s to 34s. Not a big deal. I make up for it by having a better scale. So the other thing to take into consider, and this job's kind of different, but a self-loader, the log truck's got to make it out of your damn hole. So whatever road you're going into, that log truck's got to make it out of there with the logs. So if I'm stretched out to 40, that trailer's going to off-track as much as 6 feet. So if you're going down some little podunk driveway, chances are a trailer's off in the ditch and we're all having a very bad day. So I have to shorten up. So those 40s now get shortened up to a 30s, maybe a 32s. So the trailer follows the truck out of the woods. Now all that weight goes onto the trailer because I can't put them forward. I can't put them up on the truck. So now I'm only carrying 2/3 of the load that I should have been carrying. You following? Just because they tell you to cut 40s doesn't mean you're making money at 40s. You have to take all this stuff into account. When they got your small end diameter, you have your overall length, you have what the truck can carry. You know, big dumb logger ain't very smart, right? All this stuff matters, and I'm hoping that people, pay attention to this. Now you're gonna get, if you can cut 37s out of your 2-butt logs and still get a top log, by all means do that. I don't suggest cutting 40s for anything. Now the caveat there is if you're cutting for some big production outfit, cutting DNR or Forest Service ground wood, Department of Natural Resources, they get paid by weight. And they generally have better roads than some poor dickhead's driveway. So they can load out to 40s, and they're going to want to cut 40s because they get paid by the weight. The mill pays by the weight, the logger pays by weight, everybody pays by weight. However, the same Forest Service ground, we're cutting by scale. So when you're cutting by scale, pay attention to your small ends. Anyhow, I haven't been making videos a lot lately because I haven't been doing a lot of logging. Doing a lot of truck driving. And a lot of sitting around with a bad knee. So, probably shouldn't be out here today. But, we do what you can. Anyhow, we'll try to make some more videos. Hope my phone doesn't die on me. And we shall see y'all soon.